Hey, Craig, let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
It's a coffee talk.
It's a coffee talk.
Mr. Craig.
Yes, Mr. Jason.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. And I love these coffee talks where we talk about all kinds of different ways to help insurance agents or things they can apply to their agency.
Right. Should we change it to like Monster Talk or energy drink talk?
I know.
I feel, yeah.
And now that you've gotten me on this new one, the Ultra Watermelon.
Oh, watermelon. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I think that it has like a couple additional chemicals in it that the other ones don't have.
Well, you like to party.
When you get to like the 11th one, I'm telling you.
Well, let's just dive in. It's weird, right? Some people are just hardwired to be ambitious and some people aren't. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right?
That's true.
That is true.
I mean, if you shoved its head into the water and physically held it in there, would it drink or would it just like sniff it into their nose?
That's a good question. Actually, it's riveting.
Moving on.
I don't know. I feel that I'm driven. And so that's why this quote that I'm about to pull up means something to me, but I don't know if it would mean something to everybody. But you pay a price in life. You either pay the price of discipline or you pay the price of regret.
Oh, is that the quote?
So that is the quote. So for me, working a lot and trying to be disciplined and all that is inevitable. Like I have to, because I will feel that price of regret if I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody does. And it goes back to being successful in our agencies or anything, right? Like the more you put into it, you're either going to pay the price of the discipline that you have in your agency, or you're going to pay the price of regret because, man, it's not growing or it's not what you thought it was.
And it takes a lot to grow, right?
It does.
You have to, and it'd be disciplined, right, to get there. That's a really interesting quote. It actually brought me back to a similar quote, and this is my fifth grade teacher. You could ask me all my teachers' names from when I was a kid, and I don't remember any of them, right? But I remember Mrs. Niblo, my fifth grade teacher, and she told this story about she was in a car crash and this whole thing where the driver was drunk. Everybody died except for her, but she related it to this quote where she said, "Every choice you make, you pay a price," and it's similar, right? Regardless of what that outcome is, it's a price that you're paying. Right? If you choose to do X, there's a price to that. It could be a positive price or it could be a negative. I guess it's a consequence, right? But it's very interesting because your thing, right? You stay disciplined, you're going to get a result, or whether you do either one, right? Whichever price you're going to pay, time is going to go by. So in your agency, if you make a decision to implement a new strategy, right? Or not, or just sit still and do nothing, 4 months, a year is going to go by no matter what, right?
That's a fact.
You're going to be able to look back in 1 year and say, I paid the price of being disciplined, and now we're $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $5 million more in premium. Or I paid the price now of regret that I didn't take action a year ago because now here I am staring at the same thing that I was staring at a year ago. Quite possibly even worse, right?
Yep. Mrs. Niblo.
Mrs. Niblo.
Interesting.
I wonder how old she'd be now.
Like 8,000?
Yeah, older than Yoda. He's only 700 or something.
Yeah, that's when I first went to, my economics class when I went back to college as an adult. The first thing that they said is that everything has trade-off, no matter what. But you're going to trade off resource of time or money.
Right.
And it's incredible. Some people say work-life balance. There's no such thing. I mean, if you balance all that stuff, you're not going to go very far.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest. You might need to be unbalanced for a while to get yourself rocking to where you can create more of a balance. But if, let's say you do that route, obviously you're out of balance to get there. And then when you're in balance, at some point it's going to go down a little bit, right? It's like, it's not going to get better. It's going to kind of get worse, you know? And then you might need to be unbalanced again and get it back rocking again.
And you're going to look at it through different lenses. There's the long-term lens. There's the short-term lens, right? There's the here, right now. I'm unbalanced because I'm spending so much time at work. But how can I balance myself in this current situation? And that's like the Robin Sharma stuff, you know, where you split it up and you make sure that you're doing your mindset, your soul set, your whatever physical set, all that stuff, right? That he talks about. But yeah, everything is going to naturally decay into chaos. I think Laura Harris brought that up, right? Everything naturally will fall into chaos if it's left unattended. Yep. And the interesting thing as humans, I think, is that the better it gets, the more we let it move towards unattended.
Yep. So it's just a good exercise to think about.
Yeah.
You're going to pay a price, either the price of success or the price of something, right? So it's, you get what you give.
Yeah.
And it's important to be honest with yourself.
Right.
And not be, oh, I want to make $1 million, but you know, you put zero time into it. It's like, well, dude, come on.
It's not going to happen. Right.
Yeah.
You want to make $1 million? Okay, great. You know what? I can guarantee anybody that's listening to this right now can make $1 million. They can make 10 million. They can make 100 million.
Yeah.
Right.
People do what they want to do. Like I talked to some of my peeps, my team.
Oh, peeps.
Some of them wanted it. I want to sell life insurance, more life insurance. Okay, then do it. Because like you said that, but you haven't been making the calls for that. And then I told them, I said, we do what we want to do. So if you keep saying that you want to do something, but take no action on it, you really don't want to do it. Right. I mean, because we do what we want to do, we don't do what we don't want to do.
Right.
But to say that you want to do something and then just completely not do it, and you keep saying that for like, say, a year, then you've got to be honest with yourself. I really must not want to do that. So what's the deal?
Well, yes. See, what I think is interesting there is the want, like in that situation, I want to sell more life insurance, right? Well, they want the result, right? The result is selling more life insurance. But what they need to want to do the activity that will lead to the result.
Right. So they don't want to do the activity that gets the result more than they do want the result.
Right. There isn't enough pain to move them to it.
And that's a coffee talk.
You just want to leave it like a cliffhanger like that?
Dude, you like that?
Yeah. So while you're cliffhanging over there, you have one hand on the vine or the root of the tree that you're hanging off that cliff with, and the other one, reach into your pocket, pull your phone out, and push that subscribe button on the phone. Then dial 911 so that they can pick you up off the cliff.
And that's a coffee talk.
That's a coffee talk. Coffee talk.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to write 100,000 in premium off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes. It's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's
Okay.
520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it.
Nice.
All right.